welcome. And thank you for allowing me to spend a little time with you tonight as the gentle sound of the rain settles around you. Allow yourself to become comfortable in whatever way feels most natural, knowing that for the next little while, there is nowhere else you need to be, nothing left to achieve, and nothing waiting for your attention except this quiet moment. The day has already asked enough of you. It has asked you to make decisions, solve problems, remember countless little things, and perhaps even carry worries that never truly belonged to tonight. But all of those things can wait now, because this time has been set aside for something much kinder. This time has been set aside for rest, without changing your breathing in any way. Simply notice the quiet rhythm that has been with you all day. Every gentle breath arrives exactly when it is needed, and every slow breath leaves just as naturally, asking nothing from you except permission to continue doing what your body has always known how to do. As you continue listening, you may begin to notice the weight of your body settling a little more deeply into the surface beneath you. There is no need to force yourself to relax. Comfort has its own pace, and tonight there is no reason to hurry it. If relaxation comes slowly, that is perfectly all right. If it comes quickly, that is perfectly all right too. There is nothing to achieve here, only an invitation to let each passing minute feel a little quieter than the one before. Perhaps you have noticed that the mind sometimes develops a habit of speaking far more harshly to itself than it ever would to another person. A small mistake becomes a long conversation. A difficult moment becomes something to replay again and again. Kindness is offered so freely to others, and yet somehow forgotten when it comes to ourselves. Tonight, nothing needs to be fixed. You are not here to argue with those thoughts or to silence them by force. Instead, you are simply allowing them to become less important, just as the sounds of a busy day slowly become quieter when evening turns into night. Imagine that every gentle breath creates a little more distance between you and the pressure you have been carrying. The expectations begin to soften. The criticisms become quieter. The need to be perfect slowly loosens its grip, leaving behind only the peaceful understanding that you have already done enough for today. As the rain continues its gentle rhythm in the background, allow yourself to rest in the simple knowledge that nothing important needs to be decided tonight. There are no problems asking to be solved before morning. There is no conversation waiting for an answer. This moment belongs only to you, to your breathing, and to the quiet comfort that is beginning to grow with every passing minute. So continue listening to the rain, allowing every comfortable breath to carry you a little further away from the noise of the day and a little closer to the peaceful rest that has been waiting for you all along. As you continue resting here, listening to the gentle rhythm of the rain, you may notice that your body is already beginning to understand something your mind has not quite realized yet. The day is over. There is nothing left that you need to carry into this moment. Whatever happened this morning has finished. Whatever happened this afternoon has passed. And everything waiting for tomorrow is still safely waiting there, without asking anything more from you tonight. Sometimes we quietly believe that if we keep thinking about tomorrow, we will somehow become more prepared for it. we imagine tomorrow's conversations, tomorrow's responsibilities, tomorrow's decisions, as though rehearsing them over and over might somehow make everything easier. But your mind deserves a chance to rest before it begins again. A rested mind almost always sees more clearly than a tired one. So there is no advantage in solving tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. Instead, imagine placing every thought about tomorrow into a small wooden box. There is no need to look inside. You already know what is there. Plans, responsibilities, questions, small reminders, perhaps a few worries. Place them all gently inside, one by one. When everything has found its place, slowly close the lid. There is no lock. Nothing has been hidden away forever. You are simply choosing to leave those thoughts somewhere safe until morning. If your mind reaches towards that box again, simply smile to yourself. It is still there. Nothing has been forgotten. Nothing has disappeared. It can all be opened again tomorrow, if it needs to be. But tonight the box remains closed. Notice how much quieter everything begins to feel when you no longer need to carry every thought in your hands. The shoulders soften a little more. The jaw becomes easier. The muscles around your eyes grow wonderfully relaxed. Even the tiny muscles across your forehead begin to smooth themselves without any effort from you. Comfort spreads quietly through your body. Not all at once, not dramatically, just gradually, almost so gently that you only notice it after it has already happened. The rain continues falling outside, steady, patient, never rushing, never asking anything from you, simply continuing its peaceful rhythm as though it has all the time in the world. Perhaps your breathing has begun to settle into that same gentle rhythm now. There is nothing to control, nothing to perfect. Each breath arrives naturally. Each breath leaves naturally. And with every comfortable breath, your body understands a little more clearly that it is safe to let go, safe to become heavier, safe to become quieter, safe to drift further away from the busy thinking that filled the earlier hours of the day. You do not need to follow every thought that appears. You do not need to answer every question your mind creates. Some thoughts simply pass through, like clouds drifting across a quiet night sky. You notice them, and then they continue on their way, without effort, without resistance, without needing anything from you at all. For now, simply remain here, wrapped in the comforting sound of the rain, supported by the surface beneath you, breathing gently, thinking a little less, resting a little more, allowing this peaceful feeling to grow naturally, quietly, and comfortably as the evening slowly carries you towards deeper and deeper rest. As you continue listening to the gentle rhythm of the rain, you may begin to notice that your body is becoming more comfortable without you having to make it happen. There is something reassuring about discovering that rest does not need to be forced. It simply arrives, little by little, as the evening grows quieter and your mind begins to realize that there is nothing more being asked of it tonight. Perhaps one of the kindest things you can do for yourself is to stop expecting your mind to solve everything before you are allowed to sleep. It is easy to believe that if you think for just a little longer, you might finally find the perfect answer, remember the one thing you forgot, or prepare yourself for every possibility that tomorrow might bring. Yet so often, those thoughts simply lead to more thoughts, and the circle quietly continues. Tonight, you are stepping out of that circle. You are allowing yourself to trust that tomorrow can wait until tomorrow. The conversations that have not yet happened do not need rehearsing. The decisions that have not yet been made do not need to be made tonight. Even the questions without answers can rest for a while, because nothing becomes clearer by carrying it through the middle of the night. As your breathing continues at its own gentle pace, imagine every comfortable breath creating a little more space inside your mind. Not empty space, but peaceful space. Space where there is no pressure to judge yourself, no expectation to be perfect, and no need to keep proving that you have done enough. For these few quiet moments, you are simply allowing yourself to exist exactly as you are. Notice how your body responds when that pressure begins to soften. Your shoulders may feel a little lighter than they did a few minutes ago. Your jaw may have relaxed without you even noticing. The muscles around your eyes no longer need to stay alert, and even your hands can rest completely, knowing there is nothing left to hold onto tonight. The rain continues outside with the same gentle rhythm it has kept since the beginning of this evening. It never rushes. It never questions whether it is falling correctly. It simply continues, one gentle moment after another. And perhaps there is something quietly comforting about that. Nature has no need to hurry, and neither do you. Your mind may still wander from time to time, and if it does, that is perfectly all right. There is no need to become frustrated with it. Simply notice where it has wandered, and with the same kindness you would offer to someone you care about, gently guide your attention back to the sound of the rain, the comfort beneath you, and the quiet feeling of safety that is slowly surrounding you. With every passing minute, your thoughts become a little less urgent, your breathing becomes a little easier, and the peaceful comfort of this moment becomes a little more familiar. There is nowhere else you need to be, nothing left to accomplish tonight, and nothing more important than allowing yourself to continue drifting gently towards the deep, comfortable rest that has been waiting for you all along. As the quiet of the evening continues to settle around you, there is a gentle feeling of distance growing between you and everything that filled your day. The conversations, the responsibilities, the small moments that seemed so important only a few hours ago are beginning to lose their urgency. They are still there if they need to be remembered tomorrow, but they no longer need your attention tonight. There is something wonderfully comforting about reaching a point where you no longer have to keep carrying the day with you. The mind often forgets that it is allowed to put things down. It becomes so familiar with holding on to every thought that it begins to believe letting go is somehow careless. But resting is not careless. Resting is one of the kindest gifts you can give yourself, because a peaceful mind is able to meet tomorrow with far greater clarity than an exhausted one ever could. As you continue listening to the rain, imagine that every gentle breath smooths away another small layer of tension. You do not need to search for those places. Your body already knows where they are. Perhaps the muscles across your forehead soften a little more. Perhaps your shoulders settle more comfortably against the bed. Perhaps your breathing feels just a little slower than it did a few moments ago. However, your body chooses to relax tonight is exactly the right way for you. There is no perfect way to fall asleep. Some nights it happens quickly. Other nights it arrives so gradually that you hardly notice the moment your thoughts begin to fade into dreams. Both are completely natural. There is no timetable to follow. And there is certainly no need to become frustrated if your mind still wanders from time to time. Every time you gently return your attention to the sound of the rain, you are already moving in the direction of rest. Imagine yourself sitting safely inside the warm cabin you visited earlier, watching the rain fall gently beyond the window. The room is filled with a quiet golden light that asks nothing from you except that you enjoy its warmth. Outside, the rain falls with endless patience, touching the trees, the roof, and the earth below with the same steady rhythm. Nothing in this peaceful place is trying to hurry. Nothing is trying to become something different. Everything simply belongs exactly where it is. Perhaps you can offer yourself that same kindness tonight. You do not need to become a better version of yourself before you deserve to rest. You do not need to earn this moment by working harder, thinking longer, or being more perfect. You are already enough exactly as you are, lying here now, breathing quietly, allowing yourself to become a little more comfortable with every passing minute. As those gentle thoughts settle around you, notice how much quieter your inner voice has become. It may still whisper from time to time, but it no longer needs to guide every moment of your evening. It can rest alongside you. It can become softer, calmer, and more distant, just as the sounds of a busy day slowly disappear when night fully arrives. The rain continues its peaceful song without ever asking for your attention. It is simply there, steady and reassuring, gently reminding you that some of the most beautiful things in life happen without effort. Sleep is often the same. It arrives quietly, without announcement, finding you when your body and your mind finally realize that there is nothing left to protect, nothing left to solve, and nothing left to carry. So remain here for a little while longer, allowing that feeling of safety to grow naturally inside you. Allow every easy breath to carry you a little deeper into comfort, knowing that this quiet moment is exactly where you are meant to be, and trusting that peaceful sleep is already finding its way towards you, one gentle breath at a time. As your breathing continues to find its own gentle rhythm, you may begin to notice that the quiet around you feels different now. It is no longer simply the absence of noise. It has become a comforting presence of its own, gently surrounding you, asking nothing from you, expecting nothing from you, and reminding you that there is great peace in allowing yourself to simply be. The rain continues to fall with the same patient rhythm it has kept throughout the evening, never becoming concerned about how much further it has to go, and never questioning whether it is falling correctly. It simply continues, one gentle moment after another, and perhaps there is something deeply reassuring in that quiet certainty. Nature has never needed to hurry, and neither do you. There are times when the mind becomes convinced that every thought deserves immediate attention. It offers another memory, another possibility, another question that feels important enough to keep you awake. Yet as you rest here now, you may begin to notice that many of those thoughts become surprisingly quiet when they are met with kindness instead of resistance. They lose their urgency when they realize they no longer need to fight for your attention. Imagine yourself sitting comfortably beside the window of that warm cabin once again. Beyond the glass, the forest rests peacefully beneath the gentle rain. Every tree stands exactly where it belongs. Every branch moves softly with the breeze. The night asks nothing of the forest, except that it continues being exactly what it is. There is no competition, no pressure, no expectation, only quiet acceptance. Perhaps just for tonight, you can offer yourself that same acceptance. You do not need to measure today against yesterday, and you do not need to compare yourself with anyone else. Your journey has always been your own, and this evening is not asking you to become someone different. It is simply inviting you to rest exactly as you are, knowing that who you are in this moment is already enough. Notice how peaceful it feels when you stop trying to improve this very moment. There is nothing missing from it. The rain is here. Your breathing is here. The comfort beneath you is here. And you are here, quietly allowing yourself to become more settled with every passing minute. There is a gentle freedom in discovering that this moment does not need to be changed before it can be enjoyed. As your body becomes heavier and more comfortable, the space between your thoughts may begin to grow a little wider, not because you are forcing your mind to become quiet, but because it is naturally discovering that there is nothing left to guard against tonight. Every easy breath carries away a little more of the tension that no longer serves you, leaving behind only a growing sense of calm that spreads gently through your body. Sleep has always known where to find you. It has been arriving throughout your life, one night after another, asking only that you make a little space for it. Tonight is no different. There is no need to search for sleep or wonder when it will arrive. Simply continue resting here, listening to the familiar rhythm of the rain, trusting that your body already understands the journey from wakefulness into peaceful, comfortable sleep. With every passing minute, your breathing becomes a little softer, your body becomes a little more settled, and your thoughts drift a little further into the distance. You are safe here. You are comfortable here. And as the quiet night continues to hold you gently, you can simply allow yourself to drift wherever peaceful rest wishes to carry you. As the evening continues to unfold around you, there is a growing sense that everything has found its own natural place. The rain continues its quiet conversation with the world outside. Your breathing has settled into a calm and comfortable rhythm, and your body seems to understand that there is nothing left to prepare for tonight. Without asking anything of you, this peaceful moment has simply continued to grow, becoming softer, calmer, and more welcoming with every passing minute. One of the greatest gifts you can offer yourself is permission to stop trying. So much of the day is spent making decisions, solving problems, and gently pushing yourself forward, that it can feel unfamiliar to simply rest without expecting anything in return. Yet this is where true comfort begins. It begins in the quiet understanding that you do not have to earn this moment. You do not have to prove that you deserve to sleep. You only have to allow yourself to be exactly where you are. If a thought drifts quietly into your mind, notice it with the same gentle curiosity you might notice another raindrop appearing on the window of the little cabin. For a brief moment, it catches your attention. Then slowly, it finds its own path, joining countless others before disappearing into the darkness beyond. There is no need to follow it. There is no need to wonder where it has gone. You simply allow it to continue its journey while you remain here, warm, comfortable, and completely safe. Perhaps you are beginning to notice that your inner voice has become gentler than it was at the beginning of the evening. It no longer feels as though every thought must be answered immediately. Some thoughts fade before they are even finished, and others seem to lose their importance the moment they appear. This is not because you have forced your mind to become quiet. It is because your mind is finally beginning to trust that it no longer needs to stay awake, protecting you from tomorrow. Outside, the rain continues with endless patience, never becoming concerned about how long the night will last. It simply continues one gentle moment after another, creating a peaceful rhythm that asks nothing more than your quiet attention. As you listen, it becomes easier to imagine your own thoughts following that same gentle rhythm, arriving softly, fading naturally, and leaving behind an ever-growing feeling of stillness. Notice how wonderfully supported your body feels now. The bed carries your weight without effort. The pillow gently supports your head. Every comfortable breath reminds you that there is nothing left for you to hold together. You can allow every muscle that has worked so faithfully throughout the day to rest completely, knowing that your body has already begun the peaceful work of restoring itself while you lie here quietly. There is no finish line waiting at the end of this evening. There is only the gentle invitation to become a little more comfortable, a little more peaceful, and a little less interested in the thoughts that once seemed so important. As that invitation continues to surround you, your breathing becomes softer, your body feels heavier, and the quiet comfort of the night becomes more familiar than the busy noise of the day ever was. So remain here for a little while longer, listening to the rain, feeling the steady support beneath you, and allowing yourself to drift naturally towards sleep, trusting that nothing needs to happen before rest can gently find you. It has been making its way towards you all evening, and now it feels closer than ever before. As you continue resting here, you may begin to notice that the quiet has become familiar. It no longer feels like something you are listening to from the outside. Instead, it feels as though the calm of the evening has gently settled within you, becoming part of your breathing, part of your thoughts, and part of the peaceful comfort that now surrounds you. There is nothing unusual about this feeling. It is simply your body remembering what it has always known, that after a busy day comes a quiet evening, and after a quiet evening comes peaceful rest. There is something wonderfully reassuring about allowing yourself to trust the natural rhythm of life. The sun never rushes to rise, and the evening never tries to arrive before its time. Every season follows another with quiet patience, never questioning whether it is moving quickly enough. Your body understands that same gentle rhythm. It has known how to sleep since long before you ever began worrying about whether you would. Tonight, you can simply allow that quiet wisdom to guide you once again. as the rain continues to fall beyond the window, imagine that each gentle sound carries away another small piece of the day. The things you accomplished have already been accomplished. The conversations have already been spoken. The decisions have already been made for now. Nothing from today needs to be carried any further into this peaceful night, and nothing from tomorrow needs to arrive before its own time. Everything has permission to remain exactly where it belongs. Perhaps you have noticed that your breathing feels softer than it did a little while ago. There is no effort within it now. Every breath seems to arrive quietly, filling you with comfort before gently drifting away again, leaving behind a growing sense of ease. Your heart continues its calm and steady rhythm, asking nothing from you except that you allow it to continue the quiet work it has always done so faithfully. Imagine yourself once more inside that warm cabin, watching the rain trace gentle patterns across the window. The soft golden light fills the room with warmth, while outside the forest rests peacefully beneath the night sky. Nothing in this place is trying to become anything else. The trees do not compare themselves with one another. The rain does not wonder whether it is falling correctly. Everything simply exists with quiet confidence, completely at peace with its place in the world. For these few peaceful moments, perhaps you can offer yourself that same quiet acceptance. Your thoughts may now feel further apart than they did at the beginning of this evening. They no longer arrive with quite the same urgency, and when they do appear, they often drift away before asking very much of you. That gentle change happens so naturally that you may hardly notice it. Yet it is a quiet reminder that your mind is beginning to understand there is nothing left to protect tonight. It is safe to become still. It is safe to become quiet. It is safe to allow the peaceful rhythm of the rain to become more important than any passing thought. As you remain here, completely supported by the comfort beneath you, there is nothing more to accomplish. There is nowhere else you need to be, and there is nothing waiting for you that cannot wait until morning. This moment is complete, exactly as it is, and with every gentle breath, you are drifting a little deeper into that comforting place where thoughts become softer. The body becomes heavier, and peaceful sleep feels closer than ever before. As the quiet of the night continues to surround you, there is nothing more you need to think about, and nothing more you need to hold on to. The rain has been gently keeping you company throughout this peaceful evening. Your breathing has found its own calm and comfortable rhythm, and your body has been quietly preparing for sleep without asking anything from you at all. Perhaps you have noticed that it has become easier simply to listen than it is to think. The sound of the rain asks so little of you. It does not need your attention. It does not need your understanding. It simply continues, one gentle moment after another, creating a peaceful space where your mind no longer needs to work quite so hard. If thoughts still appear from time to time, allow them to come and go as naturally as the rain itself. There is no need to welcome them and no need to send them away. They can simply drift quietly through your awareness before fading gently into the background, leaving behind only the comforting feeling of rest becoming deeper with every passing minute. Your breathing continues without effort, Your heart continues its steady rhythm. Every part of your body understands exactly what to do from here. There is no need to guide it. There is no need to help it. You have already done everything that needs to be done. The warm cabin remains peaceful around you. The gentle light still glows softly through the room, while beyond the window, the forest rests quietly beneath the evening sky. The rain continues to fall with endless patience, touching the trees, the earth, and the roof above you with the same gentle rhythm that has carried you through this entire journey. Nothing has changed except the growing sense of comfort that now surrounds you. You may even find that the sound of my voice has begun to feel different. There is no longer any need to listen carefully. You do not need to remember these words or follow every sentence. If my voice begins to drift further into the background, that is exactly as it should be. It can become another gentle sound within the evening, resting quietly alongside the rain, while your own mind becomes more peaceful with every easy breath. There is nowhere left to go, nothing left to become, nothing left to solve before morning arrives. Tonight has already given you everything you need. It has given you a safe place to rest, a quiet moment to let go of the day, and permission to stop carrying thoughts that no longer need your attention. So simply remain here now, breathing gently, resting comfortably, and allowing yourself to drift at your own natural pace. Sleep never needs to be chased. It never needs to be persuaded. It simply arrives when your body feels safe enough to welcome it. And perhaps, without even realizing it, that quiet moment is already much closer than you think. As the rain continues its peaceful rhythm, allow yourself to drift a little further into comfort with every easy breath. Allow every passing moment to feel softer than the one before it. And if these words slowly begin to fade into the distance, becoming quieter, gentler, and less important than the comforting sound of the rain, then you can simply let them fade, knowing there is nothing more you need to do tonight except rest. Good night.